a still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. They lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
Hey everybody, this is DeBrook. Welcome to Frostpunk. I'm excited about this. This is going to be the first Let's Play on the channel. I plan on playing this game through to completion, and yeah, let's get started. A new home. We fled from London and across the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive this blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world as we know it has crumbled. We have to survive. Fight the cold. We need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to other buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. Sorry if my speech is a little choppy right now. I'm not used to talking solo for so long, so we'll see how this goes here. Now, if you don't know what Frostpunk is, this game is about surviving in a city in a frozen wasteland. The world's been frozen over with ice and snow, and you have to survive in the last city on Earth, or the so-called last city on Earth. Now, the first thing I'm going to do here is I need to assign people to go work. I've got to get used to zooming in and out on this. Now, I have 65 workers here I need to assign. Now, so the first thing I need to do is I need to secure coal, because everything runs on coal. The first thing we need to do is turn on the generator. So I need to find coal. And now, see, here's coal over here. I'm gonna assign people here. There's also some here, but I'm gonna hold off on that, since I played just a little while ago just to get a good sense of what's going on in the game, how it works and everything. Played through part of the tutorial and stuff. And so I think the most important thing I learned from doing that is coal's important, but you can get away with only having a few people getting coal, and it's actually more important to get wood. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So let's see. I also learned that gathering posts are really good. But I'm going to hold off on that for right now. Now it's cool because you can watch people make their way through the snow to their work sites and everything. And what's also cool about it is that the work sites, a lot of times they won't work until people actually get there. So it's not like whenever you assign someone to do work that they immediately start getting material. It has to do with if they're actually there or not. So if you say I build a building over here that does something, and I assign someone that was over here, they got to cross the whole map to get over here. But yeah, right now we're just gonna kind of sit around, get some good materials, and we'll see what kind of happens here. Nope, here we go. No roof, so housing problem. No roof over our heads. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in this terrible cold. We'd better do something about it. Now, see, every once in a while, a little action thing will come up. It'll be like a circle, like you just saw, and it'll have some event has happened, and you have to decide what you're gonna do. And what you decide to do could be good or could be bad, depending on how you've built your city and how you're planning on how you've used your people and who's who. Maybe it may depend on certain people, but I don't know. So for this one right now, it doesn't matter too much, so I'm gonna provide shelter for everyone since I have the means to do that. I'm gonna pause the game real quick. Now, people. Down here we've got our building tab where we can build our buildings and our whatever they may be, and I can also build streets. And every building, or almost every building, has to be connected with a street to the generator in order to work. And now, I hadn't actually talked about the generator yet. The generator is the most important thing in this game. You have to keep the generator running. Right now, I'm almost got enough coal to turn it on for, or not turn on. I already have enough coal to turn it on, but I have, I'll turn it on whenever I get 200 coal, because it doesn't matter too much just yet, as I can click on this map up here, and you can tell me how cold everybody is. And it's chilly, but everybody's pretty warm right now. You can see. There's six levels of cold. There's comfortable, livable, chilly, cold, very cold, and freezing. And you want everybody to at least be chilly. If they get below chilly, they're going to start getting sick, and they may eventually die, and that's not what we want. Our goal here, my goal here, is to keep as many people alive as possible till the very end. Yeah, so anyways, I was just assigned to provide shelter for everybody. Now there are 5, technically 6 right now, different types of materials we can get. There's coal, which we need. Shut up! I'm trying to explain something. Stop! There's coal, which we need to run the generator, and a few other things that you'll see later on. This coal is probably the most important thing we need to get. And right now we're doing good. We're making a good amount of it. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not, but if not, then I'll put a circle over it here, right there. And then there's also wood. Wood is very important, because when I was testing out, just trying to figure out how to do everything for the video, I ran out of wood, like a lot. Wood was very tight, and I needed to really ration out wood and work towards finding a stable source of that. Then we also have steel. While wood is required for pretty much everything, steel is only required for a few things. And then the all-important food, which I need to find a way to get food. Food is very important. It's just as important, maybe even just as important as coal, because if your people are starving, they'd all die, then you lose. So it's arguably just as important as coal, because if you don't have it, then everybody dies, and that is something you really need. And then we also have these two aren't materials, but these will come in later on. Now, what I need to do right now is provide them shelter. So I have 148 wood, and right now I only have access to tents, and so I'll go ahead and place them around. Now, what's cool about this, different from other games, is that when you're building buildings, it's actually in a circular pattern rather than in a square pattern, because everything is put around the generator to make for more efficient spacing and stuff for heating, and it's really cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and build them all a bunch of homes here. See, there's 80 people, and each home provides 10 shelter. Right? Yeah. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 right there. Now I want to place them close to the generator, because after I turn it on, it's going to heat up the area around them, and it's going to go out in a circular pattern. So I don't want them all the way out here, because if that happens, then when it gets colder, which it will eventually get colder, as you can see here, up here at the top, people are going to start getting sick, and that's what we don't want. Whoa, a lot of stuff just popped up, and these keys are kind of jumpy, so sorry about that if it's kind of jumping around. A word of advice: the wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember that people usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree with everything they ask for. Sorry. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. Alright, I'll bear that in mind. The generator. The heating is off. The generator's off. People are afraid they'll freeze to death in their sleep if you don't at least turn it on for the night. Of course. So I'll go ahead and turn on the generator. There we go. Oh, that has a cool effect. Now, there is a day-night cycle, so there's shifts, and people usually, as you can see here, that there's work shifts. And during those shifts, people go off and do their duties, whatever I assign them to do. But when they're not, they go do like they have free time, and during their free time they can do things like build buildings or just sit around and I guess just do whatever they want. But I'm having them build buildings, so I'm gonna work them to death. I mean, provide good housing for them, not, yeah, yes, yeah. But as you've also noticed, there's also this tab right here, and this is the Book of Laws. And this is where the game starts getting pretty interesting, because with this, I can sign a law that could alter how I end up playing the game. And right now they're all pretty basic, with just like extending the shifts, what should I do with the children, if somebody dies, what to do with them, treatments, about rationing food, and then the fighting arena to help reduce discontent, which will be a big problem later on. But right now I'm going to go with emergency shifts. Sometimes we have to concentrate on the task at hand at the cost of everything else, or die. So this is going to allow me to have people work 24 hours a day if I turn it on, which I'll definitely need to here early on, because gathering materials, especially in the very beginning, is very important. But it'll cause discontent. But that's all right now. Now you can also see here at the bottom. Now you can also see here at the bottom. There's two bars. One's for discontent and one for hope. And if you can't tell here already, one's red and one's blue. The blue one, hope, is the good one. The higher that bar is, the better you're doing, and you want to have that bar as high up as possible. Now discontent, hey, I fulfilled my promise. Shelter promise fulfilled. Everybody feels relieved with a roof, even a flapping one over their head. Hope rises. As you can see, hope now rises, and discontent falls a little bit. Now discontent is the one you don't want to go up. You want to keep that as low as possible. Discontent it goes all the way up, you'll lose. The same as hope. If you let hope fall all the way down, then you'll also lose. So you want to keep a good balance in between these two. Now that's going to come a lot more difficult later on in the game, but right now we'll be alright. Now I'm going to speed things up again real quick to get through the night. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to build a cookhouse. But I don't want to build a cookhouse on the first ring, because I did that last time and that ended up not being that good. So I'm going to build it on the second ring here, because I want to have the first ring reserved for housing. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one back, the cookhouse back here. And I can also rotate it, but there's no real reason for me to do that, because it's symmetrical. I'm going to go ahead and place that, have the people go build it. Now roads, I don't know if I said this already, roads have to be attached to the buildings or else they're not going to work. So every building you place down needs to have a road attached to it in order to function. That's probably not going to be a huge problem, but if I start running tight on resources, then that may become difficult. Now I'm going to go ahead and assign some workers here for when the shift starts tomorrow. Now, the second thing I need to do is I'm going to place a gathering post right here. I'm going to get this as close as possible to the generator. Now let's build a road out to it. Now they'll build the road and that at the same time, which will be it's actually pretty cool. I don't have to assign them to go build it or anything. If they're not working, then they'll go do it themselves. Now, I'm pretty sure gathering posts are more efficient than just sending people straight to their the work sites for jobs that they have to gather materials. So I think that's how it works. I don't know yet. I'm still pretty new to this game. We'll see how it goes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and assign. I don't have any people to assign. Let's see. Take you off. Send you there. And appears to be some coal up that way. I'm gonna go ahead and build another gathering post right here as well. I'm out of steel. I'll get some steel here in a little while. I'll go ahead and build a road out to it there. Go ahead and fast forward and get these people working. Yeah, see, this is at 0%. I mean, it has a 0% efficiency. So until people get there, they're not going to be doing anything. It's not going to be producing anything. And there they go. They're arriving now. I can't see it that close. And then this gathering post will allow me to gather around all the materials that's in this circle here with it. You can see the lines creating a circle, and this glowing stuff in it are all the piles of materials that it can reach from. Now, people are getting sick. Now, a very important thing you need to do is keep people from getting sick. It's one of the biggest things I need to do. So, I need to make medical posts. Medical posts will allow me to heal people so I can get back to work quickly. And now, if I can turn these... Oh, never mind, it's not changing how much. I thought it was going to change how much space it took up. It didn't. Alright, so I'm just going to set me one right there, and that'll be good for right now, I think. Now, yeah, I played through part of the tutorial on the last one, so that's how I know a lot of this stuff right now. Food. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now, food. There will be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Yeah, that's what I just did. That's what I was talking about just a second ago with all my stuff. So, next thing I need to do is build a hunter's hut to provide food for our people here. So, but first, I'm gonna get a new law here. I think I'm gonna do something in healthcare because people are already getting sick. There's radical treatment, which will give me amputees, but will get people healed faster. Which I don't want amputees because they can't do anything until you get prosthetics. Prosthetics aren't something you'll be able to get until way later down along the line. So right now, I think I can only choose one of these, and I can't go back and change that later on. But right now, I think I'm going to do sustain life because later on I might be able to heal them. So that's what I'm going to do.
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
Hi guys, this is me during editing, and I realized the point that I was wanting to end the first video at took a lot longer to reach than I thought it would. So I'm going to end this video here. So be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and I'll see you in the next video.